I'm going to do the cross multiply method first, which says an easy way to find a common denominator if you're not sure is just multiply these two together to give 50, and that will always give a common denominator. Now we may have to simplify our answer, but that's okay. And then we cross multiply, so 10 times 2 gives 20, and the 5 times the 3 gives 15. We keep the sign as plus between them. We add these together. The denominator you don't add, just the numerators. We have 20 50ths and 15 50ths, so together we have 35 50ths, and then we simplify afterwards by dividing by 5. Because we didn't pick the lowest common denominator, we now have to simplify in the end. And divide this by 5, I get 7. Divide this by 5, I get 10. So 7 over 10 is all I'm accepting for this one. This one we go straight to 8 as the common denominator because I notice 4 divides into 8. So how do I change 1/4 into an equivalent fraction? It is going to be, yes, it's going to be 2/8 because if I times both the numerator and denominator by 2. That gives me 9/8 when I add, which as a mixed number is 1 and 1/8. So divide 8 into 9. If you want, yeah.
But like you don't accept it.
I only accept what's in the box. Yes, because I was very clear at the start. See, are you okay?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so next one, my common denominator I think is 6. They both divide into 6, so I only need to change this one. So it's the denominator's got 2 times bigger, so the numerator must also get 2 times bigger. It must be equivalent fraction. 5 take 2 gives 3, and the 6, you don't need to do anything with denominators here. And we can simplify, of course, divide by 3, and I get 1/2. Next one, 10 is once again my common denominator. I'll go a little bit quicker here because I think we probably have the hang of it. 10 in the denominator, 7 take away 4 gives 3. 3/10 for that one. Okay, let's move along. Our first multiplication, so if I need to multiply, Isabella? So multiply in straight lines, 4 times 3 gives 12 here, 7 times 5 gives 35. You might be thinking, do I need to simplify that in any way? I cannot. It is unsimplifiable. That is in its lowest terms already. Okay, so 12 over 35 straight away. This one, if I go straight lines, I get 18 and I get 30 and straight lines, but I can simplify this one. I can divide by 6, I think. 6 and 6. 6 divided into 18 goes 3 times. 6 divided into 30 goes 5 times. And I'll only accept 3/5, fully simplified. This one. So for division, we keep the first fraction. We change the sign. Casper, afterwards you can discuss. Change the sign to multiply. Flip the second fraction. Then multiply. So keep, change, flip. Keep the first fraction the same, change that sign to multiply, and flip this one because multiplication is the opposite operation. We use the opposite number, so we're doing the same thing. 3 times 5 gives 15, and 4 times 2 gives 8, and now change it to improper. 8 fits into 15 once, almost twice, but only once, with a remainder of 7. What do I do with that 7? I put it over 8. 1 and 7/8. Next one, 7/9. So keep the 7/9, change, we don't do any division, we actually just multiply, but we multiply by the opposite number to answer the same question. 7 times 6 gives 42, 9 times 1 gives 9, but I must change it. 9 fits into 42. 4 times, divide by 9, yeah, 4 times. What's my remainder? 6 over 9, but that's not fully simplified. I can simplify that fraction to 2/3. 4 and 2/3, my only fully simplified answer. This one is a mixed number. Some of us would like to use Schlock. Thank you. Some of us would like to use improper fractions here. I don't think it's necessary. If I just convert this to sixths, I think I have 1 and 4/6 plus 5/6. So how many sixths do I have? I have 9/6. So I have 1 and 9/6 if I add the 4/6 and the 5/6 together. 9/6 is what? How do I make this a proper fraction then?
2 and
yes.
3/6.
So 9/6 is 1 and 3/6. So these ones together is like really 2 and 3/6. So, which is 2.5 fully simplified. There are multiple ways of doing that. That's one way. That's maybe not the best. But. And the next one I'm going to use improper fractions. Vandy, yeah? That's not fully correct, so no, we're not. I said fully simplified for these ones. 3 times 4 gives 12. Added to the top, I give 13. 2 times 3 gives 6. Added to the top, I get 8. My common denominator here is probably best off being 12, I think. 4 times 3, which means I can use the cross multiply method. 3 times 13 is 39. 4 times 8 is 32. And if I subtract those two numbers, I end up with 7/12. Okay, in your